Dr. Sloan is here on the Chapter 5 map. We have been getting loads of earthquakes, and we know that every time there's an earthquake, Sloan has been the one that's created it. For example, in Chapter 3, she used a drill to get to the Chapter 3 map. That caused earthquake. In Chapter 4, a massive earthquake exposed a hidden world, and Sloan was there as well. Now that Jones is trying to stop the society who are basically trying to be the next Imagine Order, Sloan would be a massive help to Jones. To understand this, we have to go all the way back in Chapter 2. Please leave a like, subscribe, and use code SMJM. Ever since Dr. Sloan was a little child, she always had a rather impressive talent on mathematics, science, and combat. So Geno, who is the head of the Imagine Order, saw this, decided to bring Dr. Sloan to the Imagine Order because Geno wants someone to lead the Imagine Order so he can focus on his bigger plan. He had a few candidates and they were all very talented, but two of the people that stood out the most was Dr. Sloan and Midas. Dr. Sloan, despite being a child, showed a lot of talent and had very big ideas and plans for the Imagine Order. She even taught people who's been working there for hundreds and hundreds of years. In this image, you can see Dr. Sloan teaching a class, and this person right here, this is Midas. Midas has been wanting to be the head of the Imagine Order for centuries. He is very talented. We've seen that he created a device that stopped the Fortnite storm. Despite Midas being older and doing everything he can to be the leader, Geno decides to make Dr. Sloan head of the Imagine Order. This makes Midas angry. He leaves the Imagine Order and decides to create his own group that's better than the Imagine Order and rule the Fortnite Island. Because at the moment, Imagine Order and Dr. Sloan controls everything from testing out brand new weapons, different storm patterns, also llamas and chests that you see is created by the Imagine Order. One thing Imagine Order don't like is competition. IO wants to keep the entire Fortnite Island and the people inside under their control, and the way they do this is by using the 0 points. As we all know by now, the Fortnite Island is stuck in a loop. The whole map resets after 20 to 30 minutes. That includes people's memories. This loop makes it very easy for the Imagine Order to control everything. So in order for Midas to destroy the Imagine Order, he's going to have to stop this loop. So he comes up with this plan to create the Doomsday device. So in order to create this Doomsday device, he's going to need a base. This base has to be at the center of the map where the 0 point is located. Decides to build the agency on an island in the center of the map. Chapter 2 Season 2 is here. There is a war on the map between Ghost versus Shadow. The reason why the members of the Ghost and the Shadows look the same is because they are just snapshots of the original people. Because if you don't know, every time someone goes through the 0 point, a snapshot is created on the island. For example, there are so many different versions of Jonesies because Agent Jones, who is an actual person, has been through the 0 point a lot of time. And this is perfect for Midas because since there is a war going on the map, this means this can be a distraction. The IO is going to be occupied. This gives Midas time to build the Doomsday device. That is exactly what he does. When we go inside Midas's room, we can see this device being built. He builds this device with the help of his daughter Jules. How this Doomsday device works is that it basically stops the storm from closing in, because the only way the loop can restart is if the storm fully closes in. What this device does is it basically pushes the storms out so it cannot close in, meaning in order to do this, they're going to need a perfect storm, meaning the storm has to end at the agency. That is exactly what happens during the Doomsday event. Final storm is at the agency. Midas is in his Doomsday suit. Device is working, is shooting a beam of light towards the storm, pushing it back, and it is a success. The device actually worked. Storm is pushed back, meaning there is not going to be any more loops. So everyone thought for a few seconds until this happened. Because the storm was created by the 0 point, the storm and the 0 point kind of worked together to keep this loop going over and over again. And since there is no snowstorm, the 0 point starts to destabilize. Because of this, us, the players, start to go in and out of the loop. This is when we end up in the Imagine Order's headquarters, which is not affected by the loop, by the way. For the first time, we meet real Jonesy, Agent Jones. The Imagine Order, as a temporary measure, decides water from the ocean as a storm circle. That kind of works. But unfortunately, because of this, the whole map is flooded. See Midas getting eaten by a shark. Dr. Sloan defeats Midas and proves why she was chosen over him. Very first time we heard Dr. Sloan's voice was in Chapter 2, Season 5. This mysterious woman tells Agent Jones to go fix the 0 point, even though the Foundation has sealed himself inside of the spire to protect the 0 point. A giant mothership appears out of nowhere and destroys it. For some reason, the 0 point is not inside. That is because the Imagine Order has hidden the 0 point. Lost Reality sends their armies of chimeras to find the 0 point. Imagine Order and Lost Reality fights throughout the season for the island. Alien disguised as a human is sent to find out the location of the 0 point. Dr. Sloan, being very clever, finds out about this, makes them believe that the 0 point is hidden inside of the Imagine Order's headquarters. But in fact, Dr. Sloan has hidden bombs under the lab. But to trigger the bomb, you have to be at certain range. So us players has been given that job. We go on the mothership, but this does not go according to plan because a secret is revealed. We find Kevin the Cube inside of the mothership. At that moment, the bombs are triggered and they're about to explode. Dr. Sloan betrays us and reveals to us that she never had an escape plan for us. We find out that there isn't just one cube. There is in fact thousands of cubes. This was the Lost Reality's plan all along. They somehow outsmarted Dr. Sloan. Mothership blows up. Everything that was inside of the mothership is now falling towards the Fortnite island. In Season 8, Jonesy is caught by the I.O. He's taken into this room to be interrogated by Dr. Sloan. Foundation shows up out of nowhere and rescues him. When Jones asks the Foundation, "Why did you rescue me?" the Foundation replies, "You promised me Geno." Also, the Foundation says, "Why does she keep making me rescue you?" We still don't know who this she is. We believe that it is this person right here. During the collision event, a huge device is created, and to stop the Imagine Order, Seven has a secret base on the moon and they're building giant robots. During that, Jones reveals that Dr. Sloan isn't that evil. Geno is the one who's actually calling all the shots. She has no other option but to follow the order. Giant robot fights the Imagine Order. We're inside of the Imagine Order's headquarters where we can see the 0 point as well. Agent Jones leads us to Dr. Sloan. He tries to convince Dr. Sloan to stop. Dr. Sloan, just before using the tank, Paradigm uses the robot to crush Dr. Sloan. At this point, we think Dr. Sloan is gone for good, but now we know that she wasn't. When the 0 point was rebuilding the map, it was bringing different parts of the map from different realities, and one part of the map happens to be where Dr. Sloan was stuck. In Season 3, a giant earthquake exposes this jungle location. In the trailer, we see Dr. Sloan has been studying this location. She's even set up a camp near Rumble Ruins. She's predicting that something evil is happening very soon. Optimus Prime reveals to us that he actually spoke with Dr. Sloan, and he tells us that even though Dr. Sloan is untrustworthy, we have to trust her because she is the future. Dr. Sloan reveals to us how she survived after being crushed by the robots. She reveals to us that Relic was the one who saved her. He also reveals to us that people who's left this jungle area used to be scientists, and they used kinetic ore to create giant telescopes, and it turns out that evil that was approaching was a Kato Thorn. She also finds out that Kato Thorn has a time machine. Now, this changes everything. She can go back in time and fix everything, and with the help of Agent Jones, she does exactly that, but then finds out that they cannot go back to the original Chapter 1 map because of the time machine. It is glitched. The time is moving extremely fast. That is how we end up on this chapter 5 map. Now we don't have anyone that can save us. Society is in danger and Agent Jones is on his own. Dr. Sloan might be the only one that can save this because she was part of a big organization once. Let me know what you guys think. Is Dr. Sloan going to save us? And please leave a like, subscribe, and use code SMJM.